She's from West Palm Beach. She's 16 years old. She's in the 10th grade. She's a dance major at Alexander W. Dreyfus Jr. School of Arts. She's a Delta Gem. She's a Chargerette at Suncoast High School Band Auxiliary. Her hobbies are writing poetry, dance, and dance. And interesting facts about her is I've been dancing professionally since the age of 4. I've been oratorically speaking since the age of 5. I've won first place in the Voter'S League for the past 7 years. When I graduate in 2014, I have goals to attend Howard University and pledge Delta Sigma Theta. I would like to become a fashion designer. I'm going to introduce to some and give to others. Amaris Brown.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's so wonderful to see you all again. Topic: don't lose your voice. Vote. In the past, our ancestors used their voice to cry out to the heavens for freedom. They cried, "Oh, freedom! Oh, freedom! Oh, freedom over me!" And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Question: how are you using your voice? Is it to gossip? Is it to ridicule? To pass judgment? Or are you just silent? Silence is powerful. However, your voice can break its power. There was a time when one had no choice but to be silent. A silence that led to years of oppression and unimaginable suffering. But somehow, a group of people refused to live in silence. They made their voices be heard. Among them were John Lewis, James Word, and James Peck, who chose to take a stand by challenging segregation as freedom riders. Yet, the voice that so many fought hard for has been lost in today's problems, with unemployment, the economy, healthcare, and national security. And overall, progress is stagnant, which makes me wonder, what hinders you from using your voice? Is it the lack of knowledge? Is it the lack of time? Or is it just that old mindset that my vote doesn't count? Imagine if our forefathers used those very same excuses. Where would we be today? See, instead they empowered themselves by making time to get involved. Even if that means that they had to steal away in the middle of the night, they understood the urgency that there would be no change if there was no vote. Did you know that the future of America will soon be in the hands of my generation? But how will we know to make this country a better place if the present generation does not lead by example? Therefore, you as the people can no longer sit back and think that everything is going to work out on its own. And it does not matter about your race, your color, or your creed. What matters is your willingness to unify to bring about a much-needed change to turn this country around. For it was Maya Angelou who once said, "We may encounter defeat, but we must not be defeated." With that being said, don't lose your voice. Go vote in this year's election. You must not allow the suppression of your vote to impede the progress that has long been fought for. Your vote is critical. Remember, no vote, no voice. One vote, many voices. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Okay, now we have our last contestant. Will be Charmaine Shaw. Charmaine is 18 years old. She's in the 12th grade. She attends school at Dr. Phillips High School Theater Magnet. Her hobbies are dancing and playwriting. And an interesting fact about her is she is an actress. I give you all Charmaine Shaw.
Good evening, everybody. Why vote? Why take advantage of the 15th Amendment written to allow African Americans the opportunity to vote? Why continue to push for equality, free rule, and reign over a nation that has kept us back for more than 400 years? Why take advantage of the life and keep the voice that Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., and Medgar Evers fought so hard for, lost their lives for? King had a dream, Evers had a vision, and X had a feeling. Trouble wouldn't last always. Why vote? We cannot move forward if we continue to sit comfortably on ignorance. And we cannot impact change in the world if we believe that our one voice does not make a difference. If Jesus Christ believed his voice wouldn't make a difference, would we be standing as a nation strong and free? If our ancestors believed they didn't have a voice and just sat quietly and obeyed their masters, would we be able to read and go to school? If the Freedom Riders decided to stay in their segregated cities, safe and unharmed, would we be able to sit integrated? If Barack Obama believed he didn't have a voice, then he would not have ran for president, and over 88% of the African American population registered and eligible to vote would not have voted. But just think for a moment, if everyone believed they didn't have a voice and their vote didn't count, where would we be as a nation right now? No, where would we be as a race right now? Would we have progressed as much, increasing the rates of African American high school graduates? One man's decision to beat what the system has said about his race was the force needed to grab hold of a youth in danger of failing at life and give them hope. Hope for a better tomorrow. Can you imagine if one man can do that with no physical pressure but just his voice? What does our future hold if everyone united their voices and spoke out? The possibilities of African American youth are endless due to our forefathers who fought to release the shackles and chains off of our minds so we can have an opinion about our own future. Your voice matters. My voice matters. Our voices matter. But I shouldn't have to tell you that, now should I? Or maybe I should. Do you know what the word voice means? The faculty or power of uttering words through the mouth by the controlled expulsion of air. To proclaim, to declare. Without a voice, this temple of mine becomes nothing but a wasted tomb. Vote. Vote to signify or express will or choice in the matter. Don't lose your voice in the midst of the loud mumbles of garbage and rap music telling you money is progress. But speak out against the mindless dirt meant to occupy you and fill your head with dead ambitions of life. Stand up against the fake dreams sold in plastic bags of 5 seconds of pleasure. Take back what once belong to you. Claim back the only weapon we once had. Demand your voice and use it. Vote. Thank you.